Are you ready to get into some luxury and royalty? Because that's exactly what we're going to do this hour. I'm Nikki Stanzione, and I'm thrilled because in this hour, we are going to be talking all about luxury when we refer to the beauty of our Caydia lab-grown diamonds, and nobody does it better than Charles Colvard. The lab-grown diamonds you are about to see today are some of the most extraordinary in the world. I really should say they are where the bar is set, and they are going to bring the brilliance. They're going to bring the beauty, the clarity, the cuts, the carat weights, and the colorless vibe and truth that we all want in diamonds, right? But we're doing them ethically. We're making them, not mining them. And we'll talk all about that. But I also said there would be royalty. Why? Well, let's talk about the royal king of the gems. You may know him or her as Ruby. And lab-grown rubies are going to give you not only all of the beauty and the symbolism and the vibrancy and the royalty of a ruby that you typically are used to seeing over the years from our corundum family, but they're going to give you superior color. They're going to be clean, and the sizes and the styles are exceptional. So let's get into it. You are here at Made Shopping, and that's why everything is made, not mined, and that is why you are getting premium beauties in this show, from necklaces to earrings to rings and bracelets too. Today, I just want to give you a little heads up. We've got some beautiful kind of suites, if you will, of different companion pieces. This gorgeous tennis bracelet that I have to tell you, this is actually not your standard tennis bracelet. You may look at it and go, oh, it's a tennis bracelet. It's a little catch to it. A little catch indeed, because it's a pressure insertion clasp, so it's not your typical catch that you see on a tennis bracelet. This is that flex bangle. So you've got this really beautiful design, and it is set in rose gold. In fact, I'll tell you the actual item number on this one so you can start looking ahead is going to be 795044. Just take a moment to look at the beauty here. And what's so much fun about this piece is the way it goes with almost every gorgeous ring in the show. But this is the flex band that I'm talking about. Do you see that? We'll get more into the details. I'll let you know the carat weight. I'll let you know all about the way it's done, the way it's set. And again, rose gold is just so superior, so on trend, and not always so easy to come by, I'll tell you that. So get ready, because we've got all these glorious pieces to go with it, and then some. But I did say we will start with a lot of royalty, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I will share with you all of the details of our gorgeous Caydia pieces. And in these pieces that you're seeing today, I want you to look at the contrast. When you have, look at that, lab-grown rubies. Oh, look at the color. Do you see how they fluoresce? Do you see how they fluoresce? This is what you want in a ruby, the king of the gems, for a reason. We'll talk all about it. There are going to be 3 items that you are going to have a chance to choose from. Let's start with this beauty right here. This one's kind of celestial and a wild vibe, right? I kind of like this one, if you don't mind. Actually, you know what? Let's start with this one. This is easier. This is already, let's go simplified to complicated, but in a good way, right? Some things are like, okay, that's just too complicated. This is good complicated. I want you to see the simplicity of this bypass design first, because this one is what we call a crossover ring, and a crossover is basically a bypass, right? It kind of crosses over, and you can see that gorgeous cuts on this, because what you have in front of you are tapered baguettes. Baguettes are one of the hardest cuts to be able to have, because you have to have the perfection of just the right lapidaries, and everyone that works with us are going to bring you the very best, because you can see as I'm moving it, do you see? Look at that. Do you see that? That is the glow, that is the glisten, that is the fluorescing that we love to see in a ruby. But you can see why when you get a lab-grown ruby, you are getting literally the best color, the most vibrancy, and such clarity as well. You have 2 of those tapered baguettes, taking you to, I believe, 35 points. And you have an entire quarter carat of Caydia lab-grown diamonds. And when we talk about Caydia lab-grown diamonds, Caydia basically means pure diamonds. So what happens is they're chemically, optically, and physically exactly identical to a mined diamond. The only difference is that there's no amount of earth that has to be moved to make these stones. That's it. It's all above ground diamonds. They deliver the same beauty, they have the beautiful brilliance, and they don't impact Mother Earth. They do not. I'm gonna just take this off. If you wanna come over to me on this side, I will just take this, I will remove and transfer. Remove and transfer, there you go. Look how pretty that is on the hand. Isn't that gorgeous? So classic and so classy. We haven't mentioned the price yet because I wanted to get into the situation of what you're getting here. You also have white gold. So now the price is really going to surprise you, because when you think about spending less than $500 on what looks like, really, I think, the most beautiful rubies in the world. I mean, let's face it, they look like Burmese rubies, do they not? They look like Burmese rubies, you know that, I know that. And the only difference is you didn't have to get the Burmese rubies at thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars unethically sourced. There has been a lot of embargoes, as many of you probably know if you're into the gemstone world. There's been a lot of embargoes on that importation, if you will, exportation of the Burmese rubies. So to be able to get lab grown that look just like the best rubies in the world, look at the color. So the contrast to the white diamonds, how white are they? Well, let's put it this way. They're colorless, which is exactly what you want to see in a diamond. That's as good as it gets. Always tell you that when you get colorless diamonds, you are at the top of the scale. The scale starts at D. DEF is what you're going to find in your Caydia pieces, always. And keeping in mind that we have the most incredible process for vetting and curating the world's most superior lab-grown diamonds, because every single one has been carefully considered. Every single one was hand-selected by in-house experts, and they are all in optical gorgeous glory of optimal, this is what, try this tongue twister, optimal optical beauties. Try that for size. Minimum of VS1 clarity. What does that mean? Very slightly included, so they're nice and clean. And then you contrast them with those lab-grown rubies, and boy, do you have a piece of beauty. Now, that's going to be item 819250 at $471.20. You're saving almost $120 today. I want to tell you what I have next, but first I want to tell you something else. It's called How Do You Order? You're saying to yourself, I love it, Nick, but how do I get it? Let me tell you, it's so simple. You can go to our website very easily at madeshopping.com, and when you shop, you just pick the pieces you love, enjoy it, and have a great time. Put them in your cart, make sure you confirm. We'll give you a chance to even be able to pay in increments and installments with a very special opportunity. But also, you can call us. Our call center is right here next to me, to my right. They are behind the glass, all of them on the phone lines, actively and ready to take your calls, excited to speak to you. And because we are made shopping, not only are the items made and not mined, but your order is made. It is not cookie cutter. If you say, I love something, but I'd like to have it in yellow gold or white gold or what have you, absolutely ask. The answer is always no if you don't ask, and we would love to be able to help you, and if we can do that, that's exactly what we will do. So just know that. Now, if you want to make it extra simple, open up your camera on your phone or your devices, open up that camera, scan that QR code. When you scan that QR code, it's going to take you directly to the item we're talking about, and you are going to be able to purchase it. So lots of really easy ways and convenient ways to shop. Now, the first one, of course, being that beautiful bypass. I love it. I think it's very classic, simple, dainty, subtle, feminine. But now maybe you say, look, I want something that's a little bit more on the classic side. This one is a little bit more, I think it's a little more bold, if you will, probably because of that massive solitaire in the center in that lab-grown ruby. And that is a powerhouse piece, friends. It sure is. Look at how clean it is. I dare you to go into a jewelry store and find a ruby that looks like that, even anywhere near a $600 price tag. By the way, it's a $740 piece. We took it all the way down to $599.20. But here's what I want to do for you. I want to just show you something. I want you to look at that stone, and I want you to consider the fact that what you have in front of you is that round beauty, that round, brilliant cut. And that ruby, just so you understand, is going to be, actually, can you guys put that up on the screen? I want to see what the exact size on it. I believe it would be, let's see. Actually, I think this is a carat one, and that's not a round, that's a cushion cut, isn't it? Yeah, that's a cushion cut. So that is that's what I thought. I'm going, looks a little more like a cushion cut. It's your cushion cut. There you go. Thank you. I was like, you know when you know something and you're like, I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. 1 carat 1 on a cushion cut. That's unheard of at under $600 in a ruby. Lab-grown rubies are not a sacrifice, right? People say, well, but I'm not getting the ruby from the ground or from the mine. Well, that's why. Are you looking? Are you feasting your eyes on what I am showing you? Oh, is that incredible or what? That's why I like to shop on lab-grown rubies, because you're going to get the ideal color. You are going to get the bright, beautiful, bold, superior hues. That's what you want to see. But you're also going to be able to get those heavier carat weights, those larger sizes, and more clarity. What a dream come true. I'm going to give you some fun metaphors and analogies throughout this hour as well. In the meantime, look at how it is so beautifully floating in between this gorgeous, gorgeous design with decadent, dripping diamonds. Now, you say to yourself, I love diamonds. How about lab-grown diamonds? You know why lab-grown diamonds are going to make your life good? I'll tell you. Because you're going to have an above-ground diamond, basically, meaning it is going to be made, not mined. It is given a whole lot of TLC to be able to be nurtured and to be able to be as beautiful and clean and colorless and white and bright and everything good that you want in a diamond, but without having to source it through a mining process that's not only going to be a lot more difficult to be able to achieve that incredible brilliance and fire and dispersion and all the things that we love so much in a diamond, but also going to be a lot more unaffordable. That's another issue that you're going to have to contend with. Now, another thing I just want to remind you is that you have all this gold. This is 14 karat white gold, my friends. Item number 818836. 818836, you're saving almost $150 on this piece. And if your style is a solitaire and you like that double band, it's kind of bordered by the double band, and I like, again, a nice kind of celestial look to these pieces, this is your go-to if you are the solitaire girl. You like the big, beautiful, bold solitaire, and you want all those diamonds to contrast the color. Now, let me give you one more choice, and then we're going to move on. Because this one, this is my personal favorite. It's not polite to pick favorites. I'm sorry, I love you guys too. I do. But everybody has different taste. And that's why when you shop with us, you can shop for yourself and then shop for someone else. Maybe that is your taste and you love it. Listen, who wouldn't? But you say, you know what, but my sister loves a little bit more of an animated design. She likes a little bit more of a little bit more drama, whatever it may be. There it is. Now this piece, my friends, is going to be, once again, in 14 karat white gold. But let's talk about those rubies. They are in what we call fancy cut. Fancy cut is a pair, okay? A pair is definitely going to fall in the category of a fancy cut. When you get these cuts, there's a lot more wasted material. It has to be cut more to precision to be able to maximize the beauty of the stone, to really allow the color to just pop, which is exactly what it does as it's contrasted to those bright, white, clean, colorless diamonds. And these lab-grown diamonds from Caydia, this brand from Charles Colvard, is exceptional, and it is the one to beat, because literally everyone in the industry tries to be as good as the best, right? But why go for the imitation when you can get the originator? You know what I mean? Look at the beauty of those pair cuts. Look at the colors. You're looking at approximately 22 points in each one. You're looking at 107 stones in total, of which 7 of them are in the rubies. And then, of course, those round brilliants, you're looking at about a half a carat in total. And again, you're looking at about 100 beautifully set stones. Now, what's really fun about this one is the way it's designed. It gives you this kind of spray design. And what I like about it so much is the elongation, once again, on the hand. Because it's elongated, it's more flattering on the fingers, right? If you like your fingers to look longer, you go with a ring that's like a cocktail-style ring, and it takes you to about 3/4 of an inch just from top to bottom. Is that gorgeous or what? Any one of these is a win. Any one of these is an incredible steal. Tonight, this should be about $1,300. You're saving over $250 at $1,039.20. 888-521-4367. Now, remember when I told you it's really easy to shop with us, and I said that one of the things that I really appreciate is that there's so many ways to make it convenient. I'm going to do something else that's extra convenient, beyond convenient. Oh, and it's going to save you a whole lot of money. It's called free shipping and free returns. And everything that we showcase, everything, I mean, it's bizarre, right? It's bizarre. You don't hear this very often. There's no special, it's not because it's a holiday, it's not because it's a special day. We're doing free shipping and free returns on everything all the time. I mean, this is bizarre, and I love it. I am there for it. I want all of you to have this opportunity as well. And I do want to tell you that this is a very comfortable ring. You have that open work. You have that nice negative space, keeping it very comfortable on the hand, and it's a really nice, I don't know, for me, I think it's just a really tasteful design, but yet it's fairly dramatic at the same time, which makes it extra fun. But is that just, to me, this is something that people will remember. They'll say, oh, I love that one ring. She always wears that ring that I love so much. And if your birthday is in July, make this one yours. That's your rubies, ladies and gentlemen. That is a ruby. Now, ruby is red, right? Ruby, ruby, red. But there's ruby red, and then there's red. This is ruby red. That's why I say they look so much like Burmese rubies. These three rings are all incredible. This one is 144804, 144804. The one with the solitaire in the center, that one was 818836. And the one with the bypass design and those tapered baguettes was 819250. So pick your favorite, take it home, gift it to someone. You can't beat these prices when we're talking about the quality and the cuts, the clarity, and the design on every single one of them. Listen, when it comes to the white Caydia diamonds, colorless is the way to go. We don't want color, we want it to be clean as a whistle. But when we're talking about color gemstones, the most important thing in the whole wide world is color. That's it. There's nothing more important than the color when you're talking about a colored stone. So you have just that, and then you have the same beauty in the Caydia. So I want to make sure you guys get in on this, and we're going to move on to some of these beautiful pieces in the rose gold, but I just want to make sure everybody gets to start their day with a little royalty in a stone that represents not only royalty, but also passion, fire, life, and confidence. You know, it's a power color. It's a power color. So get in on this one. Now, we're going to move into another item that I'm excited about. It's coming up soon. But first, I want to get into some earrings because we've done a few rings. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to have some beautiful earrings. Now, the earrings that I'm going to show you first are in these rose gold because I told you there's some great rose gold pieces. This pair of earrings is, I would say, maybe for the one who just got their ears pierced for the first time. Maybe it's for a sweet 16. Maybe it's for someone's christening. Maybe it's for her bat mitzvah. Maybe it's for her graduation. Maybe it's, maybe it's for, anybody in your family who likes to wear hoops and likes to wear diamonds, but doesn't like to overdo anything. They want something that they can wear in the shower. They want something that they can wear every single day. And as long as you're in gold, you're good to go because you are. You are in gold. And we're going to put that, would you guys put that up on the screen for me? I want to be able to tell you all of the different details on this, but you are going to be able to have 14 karat rose gold. Thanks, guys. 14 karat rose gold. I mean, that in itself, forget the fact that you have the lab-grown diamonds, just the 14 karat rose gold in Huggy Hoops, done. Sold, want them. But then we give you the 3rd carat of the round Caydia lab-grown diamonds. These are channel set, so there's no space in between them, right? They're like bound together in a channel setting. Beautiful design, only $423.20. You are saving over $100. How great is that? Let me measure. This should be about somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4. Yeah, so you're at about 1/2 inch on this. And listen, very subtle. Some people are like me, they like the big hoops that look like bangle bracelets on their ears. Other people like to wear really subtle, beautiful earrings that can be worn every day, that can be worn when you go to the gym, to the pool, to the beach, to the, to wherever it is that you go, to work, to meetings, to pick up the kids, to go to a party, whatever. Like, it literally is all over the spectrum, from anywhere from the subtle and simple things that you do to the more extravagant, decadent, and luxurious things that you might do in your life. Whatever that may be, they're always going to be appropriate. And when you're saving over $100, you can't go wrong. Madeshopping.com is the website. The number is 888-521-4367. You can scan that QR code and get them home. And remember something. When we're talking about lab-grown diamonds, they are created in a controlled environment. Okay, so when you have the same optical, chemical, and physical properties as a diamond, you know that you're in something that's going to test as a diamond. So that in itself is really spectacular. I'm going to just kind of tilt them so you can really see the sparkle and the scintillation on these. But also, I just want you guys to understand that when you're shopping for either mined or lab-grown diamonds, you're always going to be looking for the same 4 C's. You're always going to be looking for that clarity, for the color, for the carat weight, for the cuts. And you have everything in every one of these pieces, not to mention you have the gold. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but the gold pricing is phenomenal because right now, gold is up. Gold is a top commodity, and everyone, including financial advisors, my own dad is a financial advisor, everyone I have talked to in the trading, stock, money industry have all said, and I'm not giving you financial advice because that's not, just disclaimer, that's not my expertise, but I will tell you from all of my conversations with all of them, they're all saying, make sure you get gold, make sure you buy gold, make sure you don't let that pass you by. It's only getting more important to have gold, invest in gold. You hear it all the time because it's a commodity that has continued even through the pandemic, through the difficult times when we saw the stock markets going like this, like this, like this, like that. The most uncertain thing, right, is what we've seen in finance. But the one thing that is certain is that the stable, steady, secure numbers we have seen have been surrounding gold. And that's important to notate because, listen, it could go even further up from here. At $2,018 an ounce right now, it can only be a smart investment to have gold in your life. Not to mention, gold is going to last for the long haul. And when you combine it with that beautiful lab-grown diamonds, you just literally, you have an incredible win-win situation right here. 888-521-4367 is our phone number. 693-948 is the item number. Now, are we going to go to, oh boy, do we have, well, we have a couple rings here. Pick your poison. Which one, Mom? Let's do this first. Because this one is like the lead up. It's like the build, right? Okay, so we're gonna build up to this one. But this one I think is so phenomenal because when I saw it, true story, when I saw it, I thought that there were 3 rings, beautiful 3 rings, and that we stacked them for the display. I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Which one should I put on? Oh, I guess I'll wear them all. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to wear them all because they are all one. Now, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but there is a designer that looks very similar to this, by the way. This looks like a designer ring in gold. This is 14 karat rose gold, and that alone is worth $519 and change, no doubt about it. But that's not your ring, that's just the back. That's just the back of the ring, because the actual piece de résistance is on the front. It's where you see the sprinkling of these lab-grown diamonds. Again, colorless diamonds, incredible quality. You have, oh, I don't know, 12 round brilliant cuts, taking us to about 36 points total. No, actually, I'm wrong about that. It's more than that, I think. Let's see. Thank you. It's actually, interesting, 46 stones. I thought that seemed a little odd that it was just a few. Yeah, no, it's 46 stones. You have the round brilliant, you have more round brilliants, you have more round brilliants, and you get all the way to 46 stones, and you are paying $519.20. And by the way, the design reminds me of the ocean. Just saying. I mean, everybody has, like, you know, like, have you ever looked at the clouds and you're like, find pictures. Like, oh, that one looks like a bear. Oh, that cloud looks like a rabbit. This, you know, like you find things, right? Or that cloud looks like a big heart. I love to find things in the cloud. I do the same thing with jewelry. I find pictures in the jewelry. When I see this, it looks like waves, like ocean waves, like when the waves crash on the shore and they go, psh, and you see like all the beautiful waves, like you see all that water, that white, clear water. It's so pretty. I wish, I'm taking that back. I wish the water was that white and clear. Seriously, have you been down the shore? I mean, the water is never that white and clear. I wish it was, but this is like my ideal ocean look. The ideal ocean look. It's beautiful. And you know, don't you love the fact that one row is basically all the gold, all metal. One row is basically only the beauty of those gorgeous Caydia lab-grown diamonds. And one, it's a little sprinkling of both. It's a beautiful piece. Now, the item number on this is 798794. 798794. And by the way, this 3-row design is so beautiful, so on trend, never going out of style. And it is saving you almost $130 today. And I do want to just show you very, very quickly so you can see how it's made. Look how beautifully it's made. Isn't that gorgeous? So it literally, doesn't it look like you have 3 separate rings on and you layered and stacked? So almost think of it like you just got 3 rings for the price of one, and a very low price at that, when you're saving almost $130 and now you are at $519.20. 798794. 798794. But that was the lead up. It's a beautiful look. It's that wave kind of curve. See what I'm doing? Like, it's a wave. It's a wave, right? But wait. Oh, I just waved in a new friend. Hello. Hi there. Do you remember Welcome Back, Kotter? I love reruns of like older shows. I absolutely live for those shows. And Welcome Back, Kotter is where I fell in love with Vinnie Barbarino. And I love when Washington says, hi there. Anyway, hi there ring. This one is such a fun design because it looks like X's, like big kisses, right? An X, like XX, right? And then in the middle, you've got, it looks like a like a Super Bowl ring because it looks like, what would that be? X1X. What is that in Roman numerals? Somebody help me. That would be like 21? No, 10. I don't know. Is it 29? Oh, well, somebody tell us, write in and let us know. We're not very good with Roman numerals around here, but we are good with numbers. And when I say we're good with numbers, it's because we just saved you almost $184 tonight. $735 is the total. Why is this special? All joking aside, this is a monster of a piece because it literally looks like you just kind of drop. You know when like you like drape, when you have clothes, like you put certain clothes on, you kind of drape them, or like when you take a beautiful throw on a couch and you just drape it over the couch. This is like you draped your finger with all this beautiful, stunning diamonds. I mean, you're looking at Caydia lab-grown diamonds. Again, the superior quality, the superior designs, the colorless diamonds, the best clarity. We're looking at a minimum of VS1 clarity, which is very slightly included, meaning they're clean diamonds, right? You can see all the fire and the brilliance. But then you have this design that is just so wild and fun. And it literally, it looks like it just draped onto your finger. And then, once again, can we just talk about that gold? That is 14 karat rose gold. And the 14 karat rose gold deserves a much higher price tag. It's almost like we're not charging you for the gold. It's bizarre. It's like we're just charging you for these gorgeous diamonds. I mean, and these these are lab-grown diamonds. So what does that mean? And I often like to tell the story that I first heard when I first learned about lab-grown gems. I thought, you know, wait, what makes them so different than diamonds? What makes them as good, if not better? I didn't understand. This was many, many years ago when I first got into the industry. And I was kind of taught an analogy that I thought was so interesting. And it was about a flower. And I'm sure you've heard it before from other people because it's kind of become a story that so many of us tell to really kind of paint the picture of what it means to have lab-grown diamonds. Now, again, you're in an exceptional brand because you're Charles Colvard, 30 years now, basically revolutionized being able to do this. But the Caydia brand is not only going to be meticulously set and beautifully designed and absolutely everything you could possibly want, but when you're talking about lab grown, and this is the scientific aspect of it, which I said earlier in the show, it will test as a diamond, meaning the properties are the same. So optically, physically, chemically, the same exact thing as a diamond. The difference is the diamond is mined. The ring that you're seeing right here with all these beautiful lab-grown diamonds, that was made. They were made. These stones were made to perfection and carefully made in a controlled environment with cutting-edge technology. So what is the analogy? When you buy flowers versus, let's say you go to a greenhouse and you see everybody in the greenhouse with all of their, with all of their aprons on, and they have all their little tools, and they're taking good care of these beautiful flowers in this controlled environment, and everything is being sprayed, and everything they just are being taken care of. They're being nurtured. They're getting the TLC. They're growing the same way with the same properties as the flowers that are growing in the ground. But let me ask you this. If you ever picked flowers from the ground versus when you've bought your flowers from a controlled environment like a greenhouse, have you noticed which ones last longer? Have you noticed which ones aren't as wilted? Have you noticed which ones have the bright, most vibrant color and blossom so beautifully in these beautiful, perfect shapes and last so long? Those will be the ones from the greenhouse, right? Not to say that picking a flower from the ground, a beautiful rose is a beautiful rose. Rose is a rose is a rose, right? But when you go into a controlled environment, it's been nurtured. So it's going to be as clean and bright and blossomed, as beautiful as you can get it. Just like the lab-grown diamonds, just like your lab-grown rubies. You're going to see them at their best because they've been given that TLC in that controlled environment. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, please always feel free to ask us. We'd love to hear from you. And I do want to say also that, when you go onto our website, there's an opportunity for you to also do some homework, because if you go to madeshopping.com, not only to shop, but there's also resources there with information about what we have. So you can really get a knowledge and an understanding. And I think that's really important when you shop. And a piece like this is not only going to give you the luxury of gorgeous rose gold, 14 karat rose gold, but it's going to have those decadent lab-grown diamonds that are just going to adorn the entire ring and give it such a beautiful presence on the finger. I cannot tell you enough how much I love this. Obviously, I've been talking about it for quite some time. It's a really special piece. And if you want to be able to purchase a lot of these pieces, but you can't pay all at once, I understand. Believe me, I do. I have to budget myself just as much as anybody else. And I will definitely tell you that the way to do that is we're going to give you a chance to do it right here. I'm going to show you at the bottom of the screen. The way to do it is when you go to check out from your cart. So like you pick this up, you're like, okay, this is what I want. How do I pay in installments rather than all at once? You do something called Shop Pay. And when you see at the bottom of your screen, when you go to check out, you will have the option to do Shop Pay, and you'll be able to break down those payments. And I hope that helps so many of you that might be saying, I wish I could, but I can't right now. This may be the way that you can. $183 savings, almost $200. Total price $735 for this glorious piece. Again, 120 beautifully set stones. You're at 1 1/5 carats in total, and that's about 1.20 carat, just to be clear. And you're at the item number 800365. Now, we have less than a half hour. We're more than halfway through our show, so I want to make sure that you get everything you want. So we're going to do a couple more pieces with these beautiful lab-grown rubies, because I'm in awe of the color. I honestly am. And there's a lot of pieces that I love in rubies that I've seen over the years, and some just really, they're just very striking to me. I'm going to bring out a couple pieces that I want to share with you before the night is over. So we're going to get busy, do it. Let's do it. This is the one I want to show you now. And I'm going to tell you the reason I chose this to show you right this moment is because I feel like it's just a wintry beauty that also suddenly will become your favorite spring ring, if that makes sense. So it's like a winter beauty because it almost looks like, it just reminds me of the holidays. It reminds me of Valentine's Day, which is on its way. It reminds me of like the snow and the crystal. It's got everything. But then when the flowers start to bloom and the spring starts to show up, and just believe me, it'll come before you know it, just a couple months away. This will be your spring ring too. I mean, there's just it's almost like a candy cane of beauty. It's just so incredible. Now, do you notice the combination of the cuts? Do you see how gorgeous? You have so much beauty in this piece, and you can't even imagine how much I love the fact that it is so different and so unique. And a lot of that is because you have the combination of the pear cuts in all these different sizes. So what you're looking at are about 22 pairs, taking us to about, they're about 18 points each. So you're at almost 4 carats just in the pear cut rubies. Then you have another about 9 points each, I would say, of 10 more beautiful pear brilliant cuts. And by the way, having all of those lab-grown diamonds sprinkled in between the lab-grown rubies shows you the contrast of what it's all about. It gives you a chance, sorry about that, I was just holding it because I was so busy staring at the ring, I didn't even think to put it on. Haha. The thing that makes it special is that you have this glorious contrast to really allow you to recognize the vibrancy and the power of the color in a lab-grown ruby that we bring you. And listen, I can't speak for other places. All I can say is I have seen and sold many a lab-grown ruby in my time, but never have I ever seen them at this vibrant of a color. Certainly not for a price of under $1,500. When you are putting them next to, I mean, let's face it, you're putting them next to almost a full carat of beautiful, fancy cut lab-grown diamonds. The Caydia lab-grown diamonds, I'm telling you, I mean, all you have to do is take a look. You can see. Take a look at the screen, and it's no secret how spectacular they are, how special they are, how sparkling they are, how clean they are, how much vibrancy and power and beauty. The color of those rubies is everything. And your lab-grown diamonds, again, being tested as diamonds means that they're going to be everything you want. They're going to be hard stones. They're going to be durable stones. They're going to be clean stones. And they're going to be optically, physically, and chemically everything that you see, love, and want in a diamond. And that's what makes them different than all the other things that you see out there when you're talking about, you know, listen, I've seen many, many rubies in my day, like I said, and there are some that I'm just like, really? Really? This is what you want. Red is a powerhouse color. We know that, right? We know red is a power color. We know people love the color red because it is a color of confidence. It is a color of power. It is a color of passion. It is a color of life. It is a color of royalty. It has all of those incredible characteristics. But in the ruby particularly, the thing that makes it so special is it is deemed as the king of the gems. It is July's birthstone. It is one of, really, when you think about luxury, quality, and royalty, immediately you think ruby. And it's interesting because there are no other gemstones that we define by their name insofar as color. So in other words, what I'm saying is you very rarely will say, oh, I would love to go and buy myself a diamond colored diamond. The heck does that mean, right? What are you even talking about? Oh, I would love to go buy the color of emerald. No, there's emerald green, there's ruby red, right? The ruby is literally used as a definition for the most vibrant red colors. Very few, I'm telling you. Emerald, maybe, what else? Maybe coral, that might be one of the few. I would say coral, turquoise maybe, and yeah, coral, turquoise, emerald, and ruby are really the only gemstones in the world that I think we use as colors to describe colors, like real color, you know? And when you close your eyes and you say, I want to think of ruby red, I mean, hello, glass slippers, there's no place like home, okay? When we think of ruby red, what do you think of? I think of Dorothy, personally, okay? I think of clicking heels. That's just what I think. Everybody may have their own take on this, but ruby red to me has a connotation of there's no place like home. Ruby red to me is the first movie I ever saw. Ruby red, right? So when you think of ruby red, it elicits all these feelings and this nostalgic feeling because it's a descriptive gemstone because of that color, right? But not all ruby looks like that. When I think of ruby red, that is what I want to see. And I know you guys feel the same. I know you understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes it takes me a long time to get there, but I got there. You know what I'm saying. You got my point. And I think also the sprinkling of the contrasting color is really what makes this a standout piece as well. And I will tell you, it does have a lot of real estate on the hand. There's a lot of presence here. 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom. And what I like about this is that you can frame it with a subtle, beautiful bangle, or you could also frame it with a tennis bracelet, right? So you can do either or. Which one would you like to do first? Do we have a favorite, or do we love them equally? We can't pick favorites here. They're both so good. Oh my goodness, you can't make me make decisions. Here, we'll do this one first. We'll do the one I'm wearing first because it is so different. And it is a really interesting bangle because it's a curved bangle. And a curved bangle is always going to have a little bit more of a, it actually looks like it has a lot of movement just because of the way that it's made. But to me, it looks like a smile with red lipstick. Hey, hi, how you doing? Again, I'm talking to my jewelry. Hi. It's very strange. That's what happens when you live alone. If you live alone for too long, you start talking to your jewelry. You start to talk to inanimate objects, and it's very strange. Listen, that's better than Alexa. Don't talk to Alexa because she finds out way too much, apparently, from what I've understood. I'll leave that there. We will not discuss electronics in this day and age. But no, in all seriousness, look at the subtle style, but look at the presence and the power of the design. And then again, that contrast as those stones are sandwiched between those Caydia lab-grown diamonds. White, bright, and beautiful, colorless diamonds. I mean, come on. Colorless diamonds anywhere else. If you're going to go get colorless diamonds and you're going to be talking about, I don't know, about what? Like a half carat, almost a half carat, and actually more, right? You're actually at let's see, I can't do my addition in my head right now. I think you're at about, well, 7/8 of a would be, I can't do fractions, guys. I need help. My math is not my special skill. Okay, so let's think about 13 points plus 36 points would be 13 and 36, about 9, about 49. Yeah, it's about half a carat. It's about half a carat of your beautiful, gorgeous, white, bright, clean, lab-grown diamonds. And then in the center, you have all of those beautiful lab-grown rubies, which, by the way, take us to just about 26 points. So you're actually at about, you're about 26 points. You're a little over a quarter carat there. And you have these beautiful designs that I think are so spectacular. And then you also have, and I just put it on so I took off the safety, but you also have that nice insertion clasp with a safety. So you click that safety, and now it's on nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. And you have all that beautiful 14 karat white gold. I will tell you this, bracelets tend to be more expensive than most items because they're a heavier weight, because of the intricacy of the design process and the setting, because of the clasp being an upgrade as it is, and again, a heavier metal. So you have 14 karat white gold, and there's a whole lot of it. And so when you're getting a discount and saving over $500, I love that. I mean, there's so few things in life that you can go buy that you really want, and somebody says, all right, I'll give you $500 off. I mean, maybe 5, maybe 50, but 500? No, not really. How about 511? Let's make it even better. 511.80, that's what you're getting. That's your savings, guys. That is your savings. This should be $25.50. It's $2,047 today and 20 cents. That's amazing. 800-937. Make sure you get it home with that ring. That ring, just to remind you, is going to be 100696. 100696 is the ring. The bracelet 800-937. And you know what? Let's go to 18 because I really want everybody to have a chance. Oh, sorry, I want everybody to have a chance to also have the tennis bracelet. So you look at the bangle, and by the way, one of the things I also love is that it's super secure on your wrist. But you can actually double down. If you say to yourself, well, I really love it, but I also want to wear it with my tennis bracelet. Sure, why not? Listen, there are no rules in jewelry. I always say the best rule is just keep it classy and keep it sassy. If you can do both of those two things, that rule is the best rule. Otherwise, no rules. Who needs them? There's enough rules in life. We don't need those. But here's what I do think we do need. We do need tennis bracelets. And I'm going to tell you now, this is so secure. This is so secure. And I am on live TV, so and I have to have my hands really close up, so I can't afford to even take a chance of even a little chip in a nail, so I have to be extra cautious. But that gives you an indication of just how secure this is. I want you to see that you have the double safety on this. Double safety. So what I was doing here was just clasping it, and there you go. But you'll obviously click on that and open. Now, I want you to look at each and every single one of these perfectly matched beauties. And I just want you to take a moment to really relish the design, the style, the contrast. Look, I mean, if you could bite into this bracelet, I think it would taste like peppermint. I'm just saying. I mean, please don't. Please don't say that crazy girl with that Jersey accent on TV just told me to eat my bracelet. Please don't eat your bracelet. I'm just saying, you get my point. It looks like peppermint. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You have 25 points in each one of these round brilliants. Think about that for a minute. 25 points in each of these round brilliants. That totals 5.5 carats in just your stone, in your 22 stones. Think about that. That's a big deal. So you have the lab-grown rubies, you have your lab-grown diamonds. Those Caydia diamonds are everything. Look how clean. Talk about white and bright and beautiful. That scintillation as I move ever so slightly. Oh my gosh. And then of course, the color, the color, the color. And can I just also mention the color on the lab-grown rubies, if you don't mind? Phenomenal. Now, the ruby family, just so you know, the ruby family, that's the corundum family. That's a 9 on the Mohs scale. When we're talking about the lab-grown, we're still looking at the same hardness. So they're going to, because when we talk about lab-grown stones, we are talking about the same properties. So you do have all those properties that you've come to love in a ruby, very similar. They're all the same optically, chemically, and physically. But they're not from the ground. They're not ever unethically mined. And they're not going to change anything about our land or our earth. All they are is going to be everything a ruby is, but made in a controlled environment. So they're not going to ever be cookie cutter. They're never going to be exactly the same. And they're always going to be as good as it gets, with a saturation of color that we dream of. That's the key here, guys. That's really, and I really didn't mention that enough, but really the key is the saturation of color. And when you see a saturation of color like you're seeing in front of you right now, that's when you know you're getting something special. Now, if this was in silver, yeah, okay, maybe it might be a little less expensive. Maybe, I don't know, because you do have lab-grown diamonds, which are all the rage and actually so luxury, and so incredible to be able to find in the market right now at good prices. But you're looking at a bracelet, so significant weight here. I mean, this is a powerhouse. It's 18 karat white gold, guys. Friends, think about this for a second. 18 karat white gold. Here's what I want to do, because I really want it to have its moment in the spotlight, and I don't even want anything else to get in its way. I really want it to be a standout moment for this piece, because it really is that phenomenal. I want you to just see, look at that. As I move it around, I just want to do this for you just for a second, because I really want you to see the color. Look at that color. I'm creating my own wheel. I'm creating my own fake turntable. But I wanted to move it so you could really see the scintillate. Do you see that? Now, do you see the emergence of colors even in the white? Colorless diamonds are bringing out an emergence of rainbow. What does that mean? That's the brilliance and the fire and the dispersion that we dream of in diamonds, dream of. And when you have 5.5 carats of those beautiful stones, and then you have another 5.5 carats in those lab-grown rubies, you have a true dream that has come true. I mean, that's what it's all about. And you can see also a beautiful smooth finish on the undergallery, so it's comfortable to wear. And my advice on this one would be, if you could, pair it up with this ring that we have. This ring is the perfect offset match to give it that masterpiece style. Now, maybe you're saying, you know what, I love that bracelet, but I know somebody else who would love that ring, and I don't want to buy both for somebody, but I'll buy one for me and give one to someone else. And then that way it could be like almost like a special piece that you each have, that you have to, you know, to kind of commemorate your love for each other. Here's the thing. You are saving, and this is a big deal, guys. I said in the show you'd be saving up to 20% tonight, right? You are saving on this piece, this ring, you are saving $1,200. I'm sorry, on the bracelet, excuse me. Oh yeah, on the bracelet, you are saving I was gonna say the ring is $1,265. No, you're saving $1,265. On the ring, I believe you are at number 17, I believe. Yeah, I believe so. This one, that is going to, because it's a two-sided eternity. And because I haven't shown you the special surprise yet. But this one, right here, you're saving over $1,200. Big deal, guys. It's a really big deal. Now, let's talk for a moment about that ring. Because this ring is more than what I have shown you. What do you mean, Nikki Stanzione? What are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. That ring in front of you that looks just like that tennis bracelet, but in a ring design, is about to get even better. Because you have 2 carat 15 in your round cuts. They're about 43 points each. So you're at almost half a carat in each stone. There are 5 of them. See them? Beautiful. But does it get better? It sure does. Because, dun dun dun, not only do you have a carat 20 in the round brilliance of that beautiful lab-grown diamond, white, bright, and clean and clear, but are you ready for the big reveal? I'm going to hide for the big reveal. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did my eyes deceive me? Has she changed her ring? Nope. Peekaboo. No, I have not. It's right there. Same ring. On this side, you have emerald step cut stones. Your beautiful Caydia lab-grown diamonds, totaling 2¼ carats, are going to be in that emerald cut with that, listen, the step cut I told you the emerald step cut is going to be the unforgiving cut. I've said it every time I talk about them. They are unforgiving. They cannot be anything but cut to perfection to be able to masterfully show you what they're capable of. And what they are capable of is everything you are seeing right now. It's like the Hall of Mirrors. Look at this. It's almost like hypnotizing. Look at that. It's like you're do you see what I'm, like when I roll my hand like this, do you see how you almost feel like you're hypnotized? Is that wild? Like, are my eyes deceiving me? What is happening? That's because it's so beautifully, perfectly cut. That's what the step cut is all about. Look at that. You can see, as I just ever so slightly, that, oh my goodness. The room of many mirrors. Look at that. Look at those step cuts. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is special. This is a special, special piece. Do yourself and someone you love a huge favor and buy this ring. And then just when you think, I could use a little royalty and color in my life, bam, done. Ooh, that was easy. That was really easy. Just like the spin of a wheel. Simple, simple, simple. And you can wear that, of course, with your new tennis bracelet, or you can wear it with that beautiful wave design bangle. I mean, listen, you can't go wrong with any of the pieces we've shown you insofar as being able to sort of splice it up and spice it up. Be able to share and mix and match and show different pieces together. If you are born in July, you absolutely must get something in this show. And you must find yourself a way to own the beauty of ruby in these lab-grown rubies, which are just off the charts. And hey, there's really nothing wrong with having one of the most sought-after cuts in the most exceptional lab-grown diamonds. And what makes them extra exceptional? The fact that you have colorless, clean, and clear. The clarity on this, if I'm not mistaken, is a VS1. That's very slightly included. So with the naked eye, you don't see anything. You don't see, all you see is that gorgeous faceting. You don't see any inclusions. You don't see anything that makes it look, you know, blurred or foggy or warm or muddy. No, no, no. Clean, clean, clean. That's what it's all about. And they are always, and always, listen, always set in gold. 14 karat white gold today. And free shipping. Free shipping, free returns. Free shipping and free returns. I mean, who does that? Me too. I mean, that's like a really big deal, you guys. And I don't want to ever minimize what a big deal that is, because I had to ship something last week, just a basic thing, like it's like paper. I mean, in a big envelope. And I paid like $11. Huh? $11? Wait, what? The post office is out of control. I mean, just say it is crazy. No, listen, I love the Postal Service, and I love all the people who work for the Postal Service. I have the best ever mailman in the world. I love him. He's so kind and wonderful, and I don't want to knock it, but it's not his fault what the prices are doing. Let's not even go there. Let's just say we're shipping this for free. You're welcome. Okay, now I do want to just tell you before we go, and by the way, item number 821118, 821118. That's your item number. Now, we've shown you a lot of bracelets, right? We've shown you a lot of designs. But before I say goodbye, I did promise you a chance to have this is the grand finale, because I told you earlier in the show it was coming up. This is the ultimate in an eternity bangle. So remember I said it's like a tennis bracelet? Well, a tennis bracelet, you saw earlier what a tennis bracelet typically looks like. But when we have an eternity, like a tennis bracelet, eternity meaning all the way around, in a bangle, but it's that flex bangle. So it's got a little bit of movement. It's not that hard bangle that hurts your wrist and that you bang into, right? It's soft. It's not going to make noise when you hit the table. Silent. It's silent and sturdy and special. You have 76 stones. That's almost actually over 2¼ carats. And you have the inline clasp along with a discount today of over $550. My friends, this has been a spectacular hour. I would love for you to be able to get 2¼ carats of these beautiful round Caydia lab-grown diamonds. I'd love to have you get it in 14 karat rose gold, and I'd love for you to continue to join us on Made Shopping so that you can shop for the things that are made just for you. So you could have royalty, luxury, and beauty all at once. I hope you continue to stay brilliant, be happy, be healthy, wear all of your jewelry in the best of health, and enjoy each and every one of these pieces for eternity. It has been a pleasure to share the time with you. I'll see you next time.